So this look was inspired by this disgusting heat wave we've been having, not just here in San Diego. I feel like it's everywhere. If we're being real here, I would never ever wear this makeup outside of the house. Makeup plus my oily skin plus me sweating really easily is just cake face disaster. So I would never wear this outside, unless this is the look I would do if I was going to like some fancy party or like a wedding, or if I was like in Paris or something. Like this is very rare. But if I had to wear makeup for a specific reason out in this heat, it would be something like this. So I wanted this to be more focused on the highlighter and the glowy skin and the longevity of the makeup, making sure that's gonna be on all day in this heat. So yeah, let's just get into this because I need to turn the AC on. Okay, so top 3 things you're gonna need for your makeup to survive in this heat is a really good primer, a really good setting powder, and a really good setting spray. Out of these 3, I really feel like it's the powder that's been helping me the most lately. So I've used this combo for almost 2 months now, and it's never let me down. I've used this during the Pride Festival. I've used this outside in the humidity, coming back home, working out with it on, and it's still held up. For primer, I'm going to be using Urban Decay Self-Adjusting Complexion Primer. I still don't know how I feel about this yet because this is only the 2nd primer I've ever used, but I've heard so many good reviews. I always use the Tarte Clean Slate Poreless Primer, but I don't think they're selling this anymore. Truthfully, I do like this more. I think they do work exactly the same, especially with my pores, but this doesn't settle in my nose creases. And I don't know what's in it, but it feels very scratchy. So I'm just mostly putting that in my T-zone and a lot here in my pores. I have such big pores on my cheeks. If this was my daily life, then I would just go in with a moisturizer. These are my 2 favorite SPF sunscreen moisturizers. Back in the day, I always broke out with any kind of moisturizer that had SPF or sunscreen, and I asked this esthetician at work what to do, and she said make sure you get sunscreen with zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. Zinc oxide and titanium dioxide reflects UVA and UVB light compared to chemical sunscreen where it absorbs UVA and UVB light. Okay, so this Elta MD does leave a little bit of a white cast, so I wear this when I don't care what I look like if I'm walking at the mall. So I wouldn't wear this if I was going anywhere fancy or taking pictures, but I always use this when I go snowboarding. We're out in the sun 5-6 hours and I don't want any more freckles or hyperpigmentation on my face. Even if I walk outside for like 5-10 minutes without any kind of sunscreen, I will immediately get a bunch of freckles, and I hate that. I'm such a hypocrite because 9 out of 10 times I don't wear SPF. But don't be like me, make sure you wear SPF. So again, if you want something strong, this is a really good moisturizer. I come home after 5-6 hours in the sun with no new freckles on my face. So my other favorite SPF moisturizer is this MD Solar Sciences Mineral Tinted Cream. It just has like a tan color compared to the other one where it's pure white. So this is another good one if you're looking for a sunscreen. Okay, so if I was going to a party or something where I want to look good but I need SPF, then I would use a BB cream. And this is Tarte's Amazonian Clay BB Tinted Moisturizer. I was about to get rid of this because this is like 4 shades darker than me, and I really think I am going to throw it out because look how like orange it is compared to my skin. But now I just add it with the lighter foundation and mix it. I'm just gonna add concealer. I'm not gonna go too heavy. Since the foundation isn't really heavy, I don't want my concealer to be heavy. Okay, so lately I've been loving ColourPop setting powder, but this is a little bit too heavy for this look. So I'm gonna go in with Beauty Bakerie's flower. This is heavy too, but it's not as heavy as this. So I am gonna set my eyes too. Usually I don't set my eyes when I do a colorful look because I really want the color to pop. But since we're doing something neutral and since I want my eyeshadow to stay on, I will set the concealer on my eyes. I just like to look up so it doesn't get into my creases and wrinkles. Before I set my face, I'm gonna go in with a cream blush. This is the color Lust from Luscious Causemetics. So if you really want your blush to last in this heat, I definitely would recommend using a cream blush. I feel like powder blush just washes away really easily, and you could also set the cream blush with a powder blush. I'm just gonna take my middle finger and swirl it in there. and then you're done. Okay, so usually I don't set my powder when I'm filming because I really don't need it to last long because I wash my face afterwards. But since I want this to be sweat proof, I'm going to be using a pressed powder. I usually don't use pressed powders because I always use a full coverage foundation, and I feel like adding a pressed powder is adding another layer of foundation. But since this is a BB cream, I will be using a pressed powder, and this powder specifically, the Urban Decay All Nighter waterproof setting powder, is amazing. I used this for the first time during the Pride Festival, and I was sweating and it was hot, and I came home and I was like, oh my gosh, why is my skin so matte? And I'm such an oily, sweaty person, so I was just like, what? So yeah, I feel like this definitely is a must in this weather. I'm gonna avoid where I highlight because I am gonna be using a liquid highlight. There's this awesome video on Sephora's channel. It taught me so much about setting powders. I'll link it down below. But he said you have to basically press and roll it into your skin. You know, you really want to get it in there compared to patting it on. When you pat it on, it just sits on top. But if you press and roll it, it really gets in there. Okay, so for bronzer, I'm going to go in with Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and a Sigma F05 small contour brush. Usually what I used to do was just swirl this in and put it on my cheeks, and that just got really messy. So now I just like to press this on the side compared to straight in like that. I just feel like this just makes it cleaner and sharper. So I'm just going to tap it on before I blend it. See, I'm not even halfway through this tutorial and I'm already sweating. Okay, I'm just gonna have to turn on the AC for 5 minutes because I really am sweating. For highlighter, I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury's Beauty Light Wand. This is such a pretty liquid highlighter. Out of all the highlighters I own, I feel like this looks the most natural and like glowy, and it's the only one that doesn't really accentuate my scar that I have right here. It has this little puff thing. I don't really like it. I feel like it kind of wastes product. I swear every time I film, our upstairs neighbor is so quiet, like I never hear him walking, but as soon as I start filming and talking, I hear him walking and like going crazy. He's probably like, oh no, this girl's talking to herself again, because I'm just so quiet in the house. But you know, as soon as I start filming, I talk like this, and then he can hear me and he's probably like, oh my gosh, she's talking to herself. I'm sorry. See, it just looks like super glow from within. So let's just put that leftover on the collarbone and the shoulders. That's just the perfect glow. It's like you're sweating, but it's a pretty sweat. Let's just use some of that leftover for the brow bone highlight. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Ace Beauty Quintessential palette. Haha, you thought I was done using Ace Beauty. Not yet. So you could use literally any palette. You just need a transition shade and then any kind of shimmery, sparkly color. So the first shade I'm going to go into is Nutmeg. I swear, I don't even know how to do these looks anymore because I'm so used to doing cut creases and really bright, bold eyeshadow colors. We're gonna go in with that deeper brown Cinnamon. Okay, so next we're gonna go in with Rosewood and concentrate that mostly on the outer corner. For the lid color, I'm gonna go in with Jasmine. I'm not going to use a flat eye shading brush because I really want this to just be kind of sheer. Oh great, now my battery's dying. So like I said, I'm not going to pack that on. I'm just going to sweep it over with my blending brush. I'm just going to dab a little bit of Stila's Kitten Karma. I'm not going to drag it across, I'm just going to tap it on. for the lower lash line, let's go back in with Cinnamon. And just for the outer corner, I'm going to be using Rosewood. I'm just going to go in with the liquid liner. You can always tap on black eyeshadow afterwards so that it could last longer. For mascara, I'm going to go in with Urban Decay's Cannonball Waterproof Mascara. I always have to use waterproof mascara because my eyelashes are basically like stick straight and they just always collapse, and waterproof mascara is the only way that it holds them up. For lashes, I'm just going to go in with Ardell's Demi Wispies since they're really natural. So you can just stop right there, or you can use a nude liner to really open up your eyes and look awake. But I just love my black liner. You know those Instagram questions where they're like, if you only had one product, makeup product to use for the rest of your life, what would it be? Mine would definitely be eyeliner. I've been using eyeliner since I was like 13. I had my eyeliner and I had my choker. But till this day, I apologize, I do not have a secret on how to keep it from smudging. I've tried setting it with black powder, I tried kohl, I tried liquid, I tried waterproof eyeliners. Like, trust me, I've tried every technique and nothing keeps my black liner from smudging. I've just learned to live with it. The only thing that really helps me is the fact that I need to pee like every 30 minutes. And then when I go to the bathroom, I just get a Q-tip and wipe off that smudge. But that's it, that's all I do. So I'm just gonna use Thrive Causemetics Infinity Waterproof Eyeliner. There's this cute little smudger tool that comes at the bottom of this. Okay, so for lips, I would just go in with a lip balm. Make sure you use one with SPF. Oranges and reds are such pretty colors for summer, but for me personally, orange is a little bit too bright and red is a little bit too deep and sexy. So I feel like the combination of both orange and red is perfect. If I was going to wear lipstick, I wouldn't just be using a regular lipstick because those usually come off really fast on me since they're creamy. I would go in with a liquid lipstick, and I would go in with a Beauty Bakerie lipstick. If you want industrial strength lipstick that just super glues to your lips and you don't want it moving in this heat, then definitely try out Beauty Bakerie's liquid lipsticks. This is Cheri. When you need your lipstick to be a little more long lasting, then definitely line your lips, but it's recommended that you don't use lip liner with these lipsticks. And make sure you don't smudge your lips when you put these on. If one coat isn't enough, just make sure it's completely dry and then put on the second coat. See, that was just one dip in the lipstick. It makes your teeth look so white. Okay, last but not least, setting spray. This is Urban Decay's De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray Oil Control. This is what I've always been using and your makeup just stays on. If I have any more left. I don't have any more left. Okay, let's just pretend I sprayed that all over my face. Oh, and also another thing that's been helping me in this heat is this little fan I got from GameStop. You could buy a fan like this at Best Buy and Amazon, and you just plug it into your phone. This would be really good for festivals. And you have a fan. Ah. Okay guys, we're all set. Thank you so much for watching. Don't worry, I'll be back to doing crazy makeup looks after this video. Don't forget to wear your SPF in this heat and make sure you stay hydrated, please. I'll see you guys in the next video.